Hi YouTube, it's Lena and I'm here today showing you guys my morning skincare routine, and I am performing it as I am actually dressed in the morning because your girl wears a house dress sometimes because they're comfy. Anyways, let's get started. Gotta take my glasses off, unfortunately. First thing that I use every morning is a micellar water. Actually, it's just honestly, it's an easier way to make sure that I actually do my skincare in the morning. The better thing is to obviously actually wash your face with water and a face wash, but this definitely does the job. So mine is the NYX stripped off micellar water, and I take a washcloth rather than using, say, a disposable cotton round. And I know some people like to buy the reusable cotton rounds, and those are definitely great, but I already have a bunch of these, so I figure I'll just use them instead of buying something new or even like making them myself out of other stuff. Because I know that you can like make them out of, I think it's flannel or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, this is my favorite micellar water. I've gone through multiple bottles of the stuff. This one is almost empty. Unfortunately, you can really only get it from the NYX website now. I think they might still sell it in Target. I'm not sure. I haven't been at a Target in a very long time, so I don't know. But totally worth just ordering a couple of bottles at once. That's what I did. I have like 2 bottles in my back stock. Next is my toner. What I'm using right now, what I'm actually kind of really in love with, is the Sunday Riley Martian Mattifying Melting Water Gel Toner for oily or to blemish prone skin, of which I have both. I will say though, this stuff looks kind of crazy. When I use a toner, I expect it, and I just moved down the cloth to a dry spot, by the way. I expect it to be like pure liquid. This is definitely a gel. They're not lying. I do actually take a moment to spread the gel out a little bit just to make sure that I get good coverage on my face. And then I just, you know, spread it all over my face. I might actually take a minute to make sure there's product all over my face before really going in. But yeah, that is an honest to God mattifying toner, and I do really, really like it. I also take everything down my neck, even a little bit down my chest, so that's how I go through skincare so fast, because I take it like from all the way down to my boobs, honestly. Because people have asked me, how do you go through stuff so much? Well, for skincare specifically, I take it very far down. Now, essence. This is a Korean skincare step. The idea of Korean skincare and why they have so many steps, it's advertised as like a 10-step routine. I don't have 10 steps. I ain't got that kind of time. And they're also including, you know, the double cleanse, which I do at night, but I don't do during the day. You know, a mask, which I don't do every day, and other kinds of stuff. But the idea of Korean skincare is to get as much moisture back into your skin as possible, which sounds crazy when you have oily skin, but it actually does work very nicely. Anyways, this is the CosRX Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. CosRX is cruelty-free. I know I mention that every time I talk about any kind of Korean skincare, but a lot of people genuinely don't know that you can get cruelty-free Korean skincare. You just have to be careful to check and see if they sell in China, because everything in Korea, or South Korea specifically, is not tested on animals. Just a couple of pumps into the palm of my hand. Well, technically, you're supposed to like kind of, ooh, it is a little, you know, snail mucin-y. You can get vegan products as well from CosRX and other brands. So that is a specific concern of yours. Although to my understanding, they do take care of their animals. These are all animal byproducts, not necessarily the animals themselves. So I actually did a little bit of that research recently, just out of curiosity. But if you need vegan skincare, CosRX has a lot of it. This is just not one of them. A bunch of other of the cruelty-free brands also carry vegan products, or are all completely vegan. So there you go. Next is my serum. Right now I am using another cruelty-free Korean skincare brand. It is Aprilskin, and this is their real carrot serum to clear your blemishes and brighten your skin, by the way. When you see something on Korean skincare that says whitening as well, they just mean brightening. There's no actual bleach or anything like that in the product, so don't worry about that. It's just another term for brightening, which just makes your skin look a little more brighter. 2 pumps. And just rub that into the skin. Now you'll notice my skin does get a little red as I'm doing my skincare. I just have one of those hyperpigmented skins, which is hilarious to say for somebody as white as me, is that as soon as I touch my skin, it just turns red. That's just what it does. It's done it all my life. I'm not breaking out into some kind of rash or anything like that. So next is eye cream. Mine right now is a little mini. It is the Murad Resurrgence Renewing Eye Cream. I got this from an Ipsy bag, actually. This was actually from a Ipsy Plus bag. I probably use too much eye cream, but I'll show you why in a minute. Like, I take about a pea-sized amount. And I know most people do like half a pea-sized amount or whatever. Do it on the ring finger, because that's the one where you get the least amount of pressure, because I try to be as gentle as possible. Thank God I got a mirror right here in my face. Normally when I'm in my bathroom, I'm kind of leaning forward, but thankfully here, I don't have to do that. And I use so much eye cream because I take it up. Because I know I have kind of small eyes, or not even kind of, they're pretty small. And I don't want things to get any more swollen and puffy so that they get even smaller. Now, I'm not always perfect about this, but the best way to get your eye cream on is to pat it in rather than rub. Sometimes I'm in a hurry and I kind of rub, but that's not what you're supposed to do. And finally, moisturizer. This is what I'm using right now. It is because I have a lot of stuff from a lot of different boxes, so there's a couple of items I keep going back to, but lots of times I use one product until it's done, but then I use something else completely different necessarily than going out and rebuying the same thing. If it's something I love, I go back and rebuy it, like this, or this. This is a repurchase. Anyways, I would probably repurchase this too. I've been really enjoying it. Back to the moisturizer. This is the e.l.f. Superhydrate, a moisturizer with hydrating squalane. I'm actually almost done with this. And this is something that looks kind of crazy to me because it is a gel, and it's one of those gels that I can take a little bit out, leave a hole in it, and by the time I come back to it, it has re-smoothed out. It's one of those things. I know that squalene, I don't really know how to say it, is a great ingredient, but I don't know exactly what it does. Despite me going on and on about Korean skincare, I am not a skincare expert. I just read a lot of stuff about Korean skincare. Once again, I take what might be considered a lot because I go down my neck and my chest. And I also, mainly just because I have it, I got it in a BoxyCharm, mix in a little bit of this. It is the Wonder Beauty Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil. Normally I don't use an oil during the day, but I have this. That's what it looks like right there. So I'm using it to make sure that it doesn't just, sit around and rot. And it is nice if you want to get a little bit of extra glow into your skin. I just mix the two of them together and apply like so. Just try to make sure to get into like the crooks of my nose, up here between my eyebrows, which are the two places that I ever get dry spots. Like when my skin is really screwed up, this area and this area is where I will occasionally get a dry spot. So that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I'll actually be able to see you later. Bye!